All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the 1 and 2 seeds of the A group. That it would be Virginia versus New York. I'm Mochismo.
I'm Star Trek.
We are thrilled to be here with you. Let's get right to these rosters.
Skating for Team Virginia today, we've got number 011 River Strong, number 11 River Styx Phoenix, 14 Fizzgig, 178 Raven Darkhold, 187 Nuck and Futz, 1915 Zipblock, 2012 Pei, number 213 Sadie Masochist, number 23 Blackskin Ninja, number 41 Lilu Dallas Multi Smash, 426 Rollin' Thunder, number 5 Stone Wallop, 606 Miller, 7 Smack Mamba, number 83 TI, 854 Zionara, 911 Speed Junkie, 95 Machete, and 999 Raygun.
And in purple we have New York. That's 0101 Deb Crush, 111 Cherry Napalm, 137 Big Banger, 1706 Misty Maven, 1818 and Frankenstein. Number 2 Pinky Swears, number 26 Murphy, number 29 Ha Ha Hatchet, number 46 Cristeria, 47 is AKT 47, 54 Head Huntress. Number 56, Kate Sarah. Number 60, Pepper Sticks. 622, Librolian. 84, Veloce Villain. And they are coached from the bench by Roland Polanski and Wolverine.
Yeah, and this is the first of a set of 4 games where we're going to see our number 1 seeds play our number 2 seeds. So really close and competitive, high-level derby here at Battle of the All-Stars 2018.
Yeah, I think everybody is looking forward to a close one here. And certainly one of the highest skilled and most exciting games of the day. Just about ready to start here. I see Kate Sarah on the line for New York.
Yeah, and that's River Styx Phoenix with the star for Team Virginia.
You're going to get us yelled at, so don't do that either. Crooked Eye Brewery will be on sale selling beer at
Skaters look ready to go.
5 p.m. And that is either 30 minutes or...
All right, here we are in line 309, ready to go. New York versus Virginia. First gem has started.
Kate Sarah just one to beat in the front. That was Miller. She makes it by lead jammer status going to New York.
And Styx being chased down by 137. Big Banger not able to slow her down for long. Kate now engages the pack and is through with a quickness. Calls it off furiously. That's a 4 quick points for first blood with New York.
Yeah, Kate is so good at hitting the pack with speed. Quick last-minute moves to juke out opponents was exactly what she just did to pick up that 4 spot on the first jam.
All right, that was a quick one. Less than 30-second jam. And we have an official timeout.
That's going to be Country Jam, number 42.
I've done research on both of these skaters, and I've concluded they're
all right, whistle blows.
Yeah, number 42 with the star for Virginia. That's Country Jam.
Deb Crush for New York.
Murphy, Cherry Napalm helping to comprise the
pack's really jammed up in corner 1.
So Deb Crush and Kate Sarah were the MVPs for their team yesterday.
Deb Crush with a big knockout of bounds by Lilu Dallas Multi Smash.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
And Country Jam picking up lead jammer status for Virginia.
Virginia's first lead jam of the contest. Give some love to the Virginia pack.
Deb Crush recovering. She's up there in the front. Still hasn't completed that first pass.
Yeah, she got hung up on Raygun.
Down goes Country Jam on the
Country Jam having a little trouble on the inside. She's down. Deb had the star off, but makes it through.
And Team Virginia loses Raygun to the box as Country Jam picks up 4 points and calls off that jam.
Well, it's a tie game after 2 jams.
Yeah, nice start for Virginia.
New York's going to bring out Misty Maven next.
And that looks like number 5 Stonewall at 14 Virginia. Virginia wearing white today. If you're just joining us, New York in purple.
And it's 3-on-3 in the pack here, as Head Huntress is sitting out 30 seconds for New York.
Stone Wallop pushing at the front wall, tries to sneak around the inside line.
Able to get back in front of her blocker. Maven had a little more trouble.
Maven sneaking through the inside now too. She's out and eligible to score, but Stone Wallop coming in for points and getting some help from her teammates. Nice offense there by Team Virginia.
Good blocker recycling by New York, but hard to hold back Stone Wallop. She calls it, and she called it in time. 4 clean points.
Virginia really fired up.
Yeah, pulling ahead 8-4 right now.
Reagan still stuck in the box. Same 3-on-3 pack situation. I think that jam was so short that they're both
still in the box. Yep, that was less than 30 seconds.
Looks like Nuck and Futz with the star for Team Virginia.
That would be Kate back up for New York.
In use, 3-2 blocker advantage for Team New York. Reagan re-entering the fray.
Here comes some reinforcements from the bench, but Kate Sarasara makes quick work of that abbreviated pack.
And Nuck and Futz out of the pack on her initial pass as well, so putting the pressure on in this jam, and the pack really, really speeds up.
Yeah, you see him just take off there almost simultaneously.
Virginia racing to try to get those points up in the front. Kate meets up with Reagan.
Yeah.
Quickly gets that jam called off.
I think she got all. No, she couldn't have gotten 4, did she? 3 points, yeah.
And no points for Virginia on that one. Did a good job of keeping the points up in the front of the pack.
Yeah, but Kate will get in there and just step right in front of you there, as she's calling it off.
Yeah, I noticed in her first pass, that initial pass, she just went straight for the arms and broke up that multiplayer block.
Arms aren't gonna keep her back for very long. All right, Deb Crush up for New York.
And that looks like River Styx Phoenix taking a hit out of bounds on the outside line. Both jammers still hung up.
Miller got Deb Crush's number right now, along with Ziploc. Push to the inside, able to re-enter clean.
Nice
Slides
hit.
on the outside. Nice hit by Ziploc. No, not a nice hit. That's a forearm call. One way or the other, it's going to pull Deb Crush all the way back to the jam line.
Yeah, long drawback by Miller on Deb Crush. Another hit out of bounds and another drawback. River Styx Phoenix still working on the defense at the front of the pack. 2 more to beat from New York.
Deb Crush all the way back and has to run through that Virginia defense. Number 95 up there, Machete.
Machete's such a strong blocker in the pack.
Well, to take out Deb like that, you kind of have to be.
Styx is coming around for points now on the scoring pass. Sneaks around the outside but takes a spill.
Deb Crush being pulled back once more. Ziploc and Machete there to meet her.
It's like both jammers having to make the long recycle.
Yeah, we've yet to get a revolution on this track. At least by the blockers.
Styx with a nice juke. Steps around the inside line. That's going to should be 5 points. Yep. Grand slam going up for Virginia on that pass. And Styx does have lead jammer.
Yeah. And Deb is out as well. She's chasing her down. This is Styx's points to get. You see New York up there in front trying to keep those points away. Pick it up a little bit. Nice hit on Cristeria by Styx, but Styx is going out for that. Was it a back block?
I thought I saw back block. Yeah, she kind of went airborne.
Yeah, well, Cristeria managed to get her back around on that one, so good blocking.
So change of fates in this jam. It's a power jam, no lead jammer, so it is going to go the full 2 minutes. Deb Crush takes a huge hit in corner 3.
Took a while to get things going there, so even as I think it's almost 30 seconds that the next jammer is going to have on New York.
I think, Miller headed to the box. It's going to be a big-time pack advantage power start for Team New York in the next jam.
Yeah, no pivot, no jammer out there, and that will be Maven on this power jam. That's Libralian.
Libralian, right. And Virginia looks really set up, kind of cool, calm and collected up there in the front, but no stopping Librarian.
Yeah, she gets through with a quickness.
Libralian put on such a great performance for Team New York yesterday in the games. Leaps around the defense.
Virginia gets just a piece of her up in the front. That's enough to slow her down, but she's through, and she takes off.
River Styx Phoenix out of the box, and she's completed the initial pass now as well, so putting some pressure on Libralian here.
Yeah, she really just rode Libralian's wake out of that pack.
Big hit from Lilu.
Yep.
We've said it a couple times already in this game.
Doubt that'll be the last.
Libralian gets pushed out of bounds. Miller dragging her back a little bit. River Styx Phoenix working on a 2-wall up in the front from New York.
Like, Bryant hasn't called it yet, and she's behind on points now, as far as I can tell.
Points on the board now for both
No, I'm sorry, not quite. That was the initial scoring pass for Virginia. So 5-4 on that jam.
Picked up for New York on that last pass, giving them a 9-point jam, 24-17. Your score now.
Yeah, so Virginia, I mean, 9-4 on a power start isn't the worst case scenario for a
No,
jam
that's
like
not
that.
bad at all. Netting 5 points on a power start is kind of low-hanging fruit for New York here.
Machete jamming for Virginia.
Oh, first jamming appearance by number 95 Machete for Team Virginia.
First time Machete is jammed.
And that's Maven, of course, for New York. No stranger to the jam line. Machete cutting through like a machete.
Takeout on Misty Maven by Ziploc slowed her down on the initial pass. And another hit by Raven Darkhold.
Yeah, 1-2 punch.
Nice defensive work by the Team Virginia pack. But
Oh,
it
I
looks
did
like
not. Yep, got a cut track being called here. That's on Machete.
So another power jam opportunity for Team New York.
Yeah, another non-lead power jam for New York.
Maven gets knocked out of bounds by Miller.
So it is a power jam for New York.
So quick to step around the inside line.
Yeah, she's got quite a stride. She can get around a lot.
Virginia setting the defensive tripod up at the front of the pack as Ziploc comes back in with some reinforcements.
Nice block into the front of that pack. Maven goes down.
Virginia really working well together in this tournament so far.
Yeah,
The defense in particular really strong.
Yeah. How much did Virginia get to practice together? Do you have any idea?
I
prior
think
to
they
this?
had a couple of, like 2 or 3 practices, but as I think I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, a lot of these girls are from the same team, Charlottesville Derby Dames, so
Yeah.
they do get a chance to work together at the charter level.
Maven not quite able to stick it on the outside. And of course her power jam is long over. Ziploc gets a piece of her, and that's going to be a track cut. Yeah, she came in. Ziploc was trying to pull her back.
Such a strong, smart player, Ziploc pulling that cut and creating another power jam opportunity for Team Virginia.
So we're rotating power jams at this jam. As the next few seconds click down, it's all on Machete.
Yes, and this jam's going to come to the end. Misty Maven's going to still be in the box.
Machete gets some wheels out of bounds on the inside.
Yeah, Murphy there got in front of her, able to slow her down, and I think hold on to her point. Now she already was passed, so 4 points there.
Registers the first double-digit scoring jam of the contest, but Machete
And
almost
this
matches
period
her points
1 winding down. We got under 5 minutes left to play in our first period of the 30-minute game.
Well, we were talking about how this was going to be a competitive game. Score 26-34, and yeah, New York has yet to really broaden this sliver of a lead. Maven will start in the box.
Stone Wallop with the start for Team Virginia. Pushing on 1 at the front, she makes it around lead jammer status. Going to Stone Wallop. And this power jam set up in the corner. Stone Wallop coming in for points now as Maven comes out of the box, and she is going to be looking to complete the initial pass.
Now Misty Maven back into the fray for New York, over on the outside looking for a hole.
Maven gets through on her initial.
Misty does a nice job coming out of the box.
Stone Wallop being stymied a bit by New York's D.
Nice offense there from number 854, Zayanara.
Did Maven get in time to score? I think she did, yes.
Stone Wallop picks up 5 on the jam. Maven picks it up 2 points, steals.
Yeah, so again, only a 3-point on that power start for Virginia. And it's 31-36 here, folks. We got 3.5 left to play in this first period.
And if I'm not mistaken, New York came in seeded number 1 to this
Yeah.
tournament, right?
They won last year.
So yeah, really strong showing by Team Virginia so far in this game.
Yeah, Group 1 had really 2 power teams here. Kate Sarah out there for New York up against Nucket Futz.
The pack is like not even moving anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's a morass right now.
Both jammers kind of stuck behind the wall of bodies.
Yeah, Kate with a little jammer defense there, knocking her to the outside.
Nuck and Futz just 1 to beat up in the front. Looks like she's going to step around the outside. Lead jammer goes to Team Virginia.
That's 6 out of 9 lead jams for Virginia.
Kate Sarah about 20 feet back, and the pack has picked up speed.
Yeah.
Nuckenfutz picks up probably at least 2 points, I'd
Yeah,
say.
and she called it in time. No
Yeah.
points for New York. So 2-0 on that jam.
Yeah, smart heads-up play there to get the jam called off right in the nick of time.
Man, and we got 2.5 left to play in this first half. 3-point game.
I mean, I know it's a short game, but this is like
I know,
flying.
it's totally, yeah.
Very fast-paced.
Well, it's like you skipped the first half of a normal game completely. Who needs that first half? It's like the last 2 minutes in an NBA game.
Well, the coaches always tell you, like, it's 0-0 after the halftime.
Right,
You know?
there you go. All right, Libralian gets the first lead in 5 jams for
Yeah,
New York.
and a fancy jump from Machete to pick up the initial pass. So she's about 40, 50 feet back.
Libralian's got to get up there and call it if she's going to. I don't think she called it in time. She did. No points for Virginia. And 3
Interesting.
for New York. It looked pretty close on Virginia
Yeah.
there. She was very close to scoring those,
There
but
may have been some feelings about that, but
well, for you. I have some feelings too. They're
Feeling-
probably very different.
feelings all around.
1.5 left to play. Still a 6-point game. Maven's out there versus River Styx Phoenix.
Ooh, nice move around the inside, but zip block there to stop Maven's progress.
Ziploc is really on Maven's number this game. Oh, what
Wow.
a move. My goodness, that was a tightrope there.
Styx just one to beat in the front now as well. She makes it around in her initial pass.
Maven's first lead jam in her appearances here this game. Miller gets a piece of her, but doesn't knock her out.
Styx was hustling into the pack, but the jam was called in time.
Yeah, we got time for another one, and 3 points by New York. A lot of incomplete jams here, a lot of 2 3-point jams.
Yeah, the Virginia Jammers, even when they're not getting lead, are definitely getting out of the pack
Yeah,
quickly
absolutely.
and putting some pressure on to get the jams called off. I mean, New York, usually, if they get the chance, they will run up the score on every jam. Such talented jammers.
Yeah, they really haven't had the chance. We've had 1 2-digit jam. Maven got 10 points on a power jam situation against Machete, who turned around and got 9 points on her in the same jam. So
Kate Sarasara with the start for New York.
another very tight scrum start.
Looks like might be Country Jam 14 Virginia.
Kate's up there in the front, and we're running on the period clock, or we're running on the jam clock now as Kate makes it through to the front.
Lilu Dallas multi-smash to the penalty box wearing the pivot. Oh, and Country Jam as well, so a power jam to close out our first period.
That's good news for New York here. They're going to roll into our halftime, 30 seconds, pretty powerfully. Kate spun to the outside. Nice hit by Virginia.
Sadie Masochist pulling her all the way back into corner one now.
Yeah, that's half the track.
So we've had 2 lead changes. Virginia did lead after the 3rd and 4th.
Big hit from Zip Block and another hit from Sadie Masochist, but it's going to be a low block.
Yeah, he saw Kate getting ready to call it there, but realized she was still in a power jam for a couple more seconds.
Able to get 5 points.
Country Jamboree back in. Country Jam, sorry.
Complete this scoring pass.
And Kate's through with a quickness there. That's going to be a high point jam.
Country Jam out as well. Star still in hand.
Initial pass for her. And Kate's through and calls it. She's going to grab, I think it's going to be 14. No, 13? That's a weird number.
Yeah.
And 2 points for Virginia.
Yeah, a little sneak in at the end by Country Jam with the hustle and put 2 points up for Virginia.
Well, 13 is a game high in this pretty low scoring game, 35 to 55. 20 points put up here at the very end of this period. And wait 30 seconds. We'll be right back after the refs switch their armbands. Seen any patterns here?
I think Virginia has been doing a really, really great job on the initial pass. I mean, the fact that they've had lead jammer as much as they have had is a real testament to the defense at the start there
Yeah.
of every jam. Doing a good job holding back the New York Jammers.
Yeah, 50% there on either side in terms of lead jams. So,
So
yeah,
really even.
Virginia really bringing their A game.
The other pattern I'm seeing, though, are power jams.
Well, there's been a couple.
Yeah.
You know, New York's had the benefit of 3. I think Virginia's only had 1.
Okay.
Not huge numbers of penalties this first half, but enough.
Enough,
The
yeah.
box has barely been clean.
You definitely feel the impact of the missing players on the track.
Jammer refs and NSOs on the same page. Stonewall versus
All right, 3-on-3 in the pack. The Virginia blocker is standing. Libralian's going to start things off for New York.
And that's Stonewall up with the star for Team Virginia.
Right off the jam line. Stonewall looking for a hole in the middle. But
Libralian, I thought she had a lane on the outside, but she didn't think so. And she's through, yeah, she was right. It's almost like she's a jammer and I'm an announcer.
She knows what she's doing, I think. Stonewall up out and eligible to score now, too, but Libralian in the pack and picking up points.
Queen City actually played Gotham.
Shelvin points right and left, that's 4 points.
They've been lined up against each other as jammers there in WFTDA playoff.
So New York feels like they're taking control of the game a little
Yeah, a
bit
little
more.
momentum.
A little bit more like we might expect based on the seeding.
Well, the last 4 jams, they held Virginia to only 4 points.
It's like number 95, Machete, with the star again. It's interesting to see her jamming in this game because she's been used all weekend so far as a really strong, composition within the defense for Team Virginia. But in this game,
Yep.
jamming up a storm.
Well, she's got the single highest jam for Virginia right now, 9 points. And she's lead now, so.
Yeah, she danced along the inside line there. Picked up lead jammer status. Maven out as well, eligible to score.
Chasing her down. If anybody can catch Machete, it's Maven.
Trying to establish positioning. The purple of New York.
Pretty fast-moving pack. All the purple up front. So Maven is going to get a chance to score.
Nice bust through the middle for Machete. Completes a 4-point scoring pass.
Box clears out, and we're moving in this pack.
Big hits in the pack.
1 left for Maven to get by, and she does so.
Speed Junkie will get through for 4.
So Machete back into the pack now and trying to pick up another scoring pass.
Jammer advantage in terms of track position.
So Machete gets as many points as she can out of that one. Calls off the jam.
Yeah, I think she got 3 points on the final pass. So 7-4
On that particular jam.
brings us to 42-63 with under 13 left to play in the second half.
One in the box for Team New York, so a little pack advantage to start this one out for Team Virginia. Kate Sarah with the star for New York, and that looks like Country Jam for Team Virginia.
So much action, I'm not catching these blocker penalties, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, it's moving fast, definitely.
New York in purple.
Country Jam tries to whip around to the outside. Now fighting up against that brace 2-wall bottom.
Country Jam up front. Ha Hatchet organizing the defense there. Kate Sarah sticks the inside line. She's through for lead jammer.
Country Jam found some.
Country Jam out as well on the initial pass.
I want to give credit to the
Virginia working really hard to keep the points up in the front of the pack.
Hits it and quits it. She picked up 2.
Country Jam coming out of the pack.
And Virginia Jam ref thinking
Yep.
about it, but 2 points go up for Virginia as well.
2 and 2, a push.
Jam, so 65-44 is your score. New York with the advantage.
I mean, based on how this game is going, I think even if Virginia doesn't win, they're going to feel really good about
Oh, yeah.
what they've been able to do
Yeah.
against an incredibly talented New York roster.
Being stuck as the number 2 seed in Group A under New York, kind of a bad luck of the draw for Virginia in this tournament. But they're still looking solid to keep climbing the ranks, even if they don't win here. I don't know where Head Huntress thought she was going.
Huntress was almost going to rejoin the fun and now does.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Libralian with the star for New York and a quick. Oh, is that Libralian? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Quickly jammer status goes to Team New York. Nuck and Futz trying to get out on the initial pass for Team Virginia.
Libralian tried to get lower on the outside, able to do so.
I believe this is the first year with Team Virginia.
Raven Darkhold comes in with the big hit, but doesn't stick the hit. Grand Slam Libralian, natural 5.
Nuck and Futz with a nice sneaky star pass to Miller.
First star pass this game. All right, 4 more points is 9 for Libralian.
That's going to be a total of 8.
8 Nope, 9. There we go.
Should be 9, and it is.
So New York opening up the score a little bit. But I think Virginia's still keeping the pressure on, definitely not letting it run away yet. Stone Wallop, number 5, taking the start for Team Virginia.
Yeah, high quality jammers
And
on
it,
both sides of
I think that's Maven.
the announcement.
yeah, I was going to say, I can't quite see around Pinky Swears there to see who it is. That's Maven, yeah. Ziploc was like leaning back on her. That was
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Out there along with AKT 47.
definitely Ziploc the best antidote to Misty Maven at this point.
That would look like a high block to me. They gave it directional play, but one way or the
Yeah,
other.
it was a big hit one way or the other for sure.
Machete's going out, yeah.
Maven kind of stymied by the back tripod of Virginia in this jam. Stone Wallop, lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Yep.
Stone is the lead jammer.
Yeah, if you can catch Maven, you can hold her, but she is hard to catch.
Ziploc definitely doing some good work against Misty Maven.
One in front of Maven, she goes down.
Oh my gosh.
Tries to fall small.
There's some
as
gymnastics
Ziploc goes
happening.
right out. Yeah, totally. Looks like she's a little thrown for a loop, a little equipment issue there.
In the meantime, back in the front of the pack, Stone Wallop on a scoring pass, getting around Pinky Swears. Yep, picking up a grand slam.
Oh, and Villain goes to the box. Missy was looking for her pivot. And Veloce.
Yeah, it looked like Misty was looking for that star pass. The helmet is off, but Veloce was off to the penalty box. By helmet, I mean star.
Stone Wallop completes the scoring pass with some offensive help from her team.
Huge jam, 15 points for Virginia. Highest scoring jam of the game going to Virginia. And just like that, it's a 15-point game, and we have a contest here.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes left to play, so definitely within reason for Virginia to be back in this.
This would definitely be the biggest upset of the tournament thus far,
Yeah.
possibly the biggest upset possible this tournament.
Yeah, so that was the biggest jam of the contest.
I see Kate back there with the star for New York.
We
but
got a
official
timeout,
vote.
official,
yeah.
yep.
Timeout. So yeah, who do we got up next? It looks like continuing with our 1 versus 2, we've got Pennsylvania versus Maryland. So Pennsylvania with the 1 seed in Group B, and Maryland 2 seed in Group B.
Right.
So these next 3 games are the 1 seed versus the 2 seed.
Yeah, stay tuned at 5:15 or thereabouts for Colorado versus Ohio. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Back underway. That looks like Country Jam with the star for Virginia.
And Kate Sarah once more for New York.
Nice defensive work in the back by Team Virginia.
And we got some speed out there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Country Jam.
Wow. Virginia just doing a really, really great job at the jam start.
Kate is out, but Country Jam already working her way through. Ooh, nice big hit by Frankie. Forces her to call.
I don't know if we'll see any points on that one. Just one,
Back
it
block.
looks like.
Back block on Virginia, 606. That's Miller.
Who's going to the box?
And wearing the pivot stripe, no less. So a little pack advantage at the start of this next jam for Team New York.
Librolian on the line for New York.
And that's Nuck and Futz for Team Virginia.
Going to be about 7 minutes left at the whistle here. Slow start. Not for long. Librolian trying to power her way through, and that gives Nuck and Futz the time she needs to get lead jammer. 3 in a row for Virginia.
Yeah, Librolian so fast, really
Yeah.
putting the afterburners on, catching up to Nuck and Futz, and the pack as well, kind of taking off. No one really set up for defense per se. Futz already with 1 point.
Librolian hits it in there. I think she got a couple points, and only 1 for Virginia. So New York snaking away a couple of points.
twice as many skaters as Nuck and Futz was able to, even though
New York, yeah, doing a good job of staying up front there. Virginia had isolated Cristeria in the back to feed that point to their jammer, but otherwise New York was really staying forward.
Yeah, saving the points. So Stonewall about to jam again after that last big jam for Team Virginia, and that's Misty Maven for Team New York.
Miller out of the box, rejoining the action.
But Ziploc heading into the box.
Hit.
Oh dear.
That was Speed Junkie or Ray Gun?
I'm not sure. I didn't
Nine
see.
something.
I think, yeah, it must be Speed Junkie because Reagan's not out there in this one.
All right, well, we got a lead jammer, and that's Misty Maven. After a real slobber knocker in the back of that pack.
Yeah. Stonewall makes it out on the initial pass as well. Misty Maven, though, into the pack now. 4 points.
Push to the inside. That's going to force her to call it. Got a couple of points on that pass. 3. 3 is not a couple, no matter what I keep telling my girlfriend.
This game has definitely picked up the pace, picked up kind of in emotional, outbursts even a little bit. Definitely feeling a little more frenetic.
Well, 19 points with 5 left to play is certainly doable by Virginia, but they're going to have to hold back Kate Sarah, who's currently on the line against Country Jam.
Country Jam, okay.
1 in the box as Ziploc is standing. Not Ziploc, that's Speed Junkie. No, it is Ziploc, my bad.
So Kate Sarah getting handled by Raven Darkhold at the moment. Virginia doing a good job on defense on the initial pass, and a huge bump out of bounds there by Ziploc. Kate Sarah having to recycle.
Yeah, there's a reason Ziploc got MVP last game she played.
Definitely a standout blocker. Kate Sarah still in the pack on her initial pass, and Country Jam called it off. I think she didn't realize that Kate was still on the initial pass.
Yeah, Kate looks a little mystified there, but I think New York's going to have to take it. 4 points for Virginia. And only timeout at 4:08 left to play.
4-point jam narrows the margin to 15 points.
Yeah, this has been quite a game here. Both teams with plenty of ways left to stop the clock with 4 minutes left to play. Could look at 3, maybe 4 more jams.
Coming up,
and I think that where these teams head from here going into tomorrow, it's basically the first seed is going to play the second seed from a different group.
Right.
And so it's really just a matter of if you get matched up against a 1 or a 2.
Those are the quarterfinals for the championship on Sunday.
But of course, the top 2 teams from each of these little round robins going into the winners bracket, and the losers, the 2 losing teams of these 4-team round robins going into a consolation bracket.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Virginia definitely not out of it. Even if they lose this, they're poised to still come on in. I mean, potentially still win. Potentially.
Potentially.
4:08 remaining.
But yeah, it's been a great tournament so far. A lot of big blowouts yesterday, but today, a lot of great close games. So.
Well, yeah, as the seeds get closer. And another slow start here.
It's Nuck and Futz with the star for Team Virginia.
15 points is clearly not insurmountable with 4 minutes left.
Oh, got some dominoes.
Libralian once more. Been seeing a lot of her the second half.
Meets up with Raven Darkhold and River Strong in the front. Libralian really good about moving left and right, trying to fake out the jammers, but Raven Darkhold's got her locked down.
Well, it's a fight just to stay inside there, and she's way out in front. They're not bridging at all. She's she got some real questions about that, and the refs do let her go eventually. That was not much of a bridge there.
Yeah.
Well, Libralian the lead jammer one way or the other. Plenty of time left to play in this jam. Minute left.
Yeah, Nuck and Futz having some trouble with the initial pass.
Yeah, that might have been the easiest pass Libralian has had against this.
Libralian just gliding right through. She's already on her second scoring pass. And oh my goodness, she got down low, practically untouched. I don't think she slowed down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is that situation where, you realize you're getting lapped and lapped, and you try to help your jammer get out of the pack, but then
Yeah.
your defense falls apart. I mean, this
Yep.
is a familiar scenario.
Yeah, Virginia really maybe over-concentrating on offense as Libralian goes through again untouched. And we have a star pass by Nucket Futz over to number, who is that, 41. That's Lilu. And Libralian's going to call it. 19-point jam? Yes, 19 points. And that's the biggest jam of the game. And not a moment too soon for New York, with about 2 minutes left, puts them just about out of reach.
99-66. Good opportunity to say thank you to Chad and the New England Roller Derby Report for bringing the live coverage.
Absolutely. We want to thank Bucksmont Roller Dolls as well for hosting us here today.
River Styx Phoenix with the star for Virginia. Some nice footwork on the outside. She sneaks around. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia.
Her first jam of this half.
Misty Maven out as well on the initial pass. River Styx Phoenix coming in for points.
Cutting on the inside,
Whoa.
taking a blocker totally out.
That blocker kind of turned sideways, and Styx took full advantage.
Yep. Misty Maven is through for 5.
Styx makes it all the way around Frankenstein and calls off the jam.
So New York got a 5-point jam in a non-lead situation to Virginia's 4.
Yeah, Misty Maven able to completely lap Styx before that jam got called off.
At the 4:08 mark, we were at a 15-point difference. Now it's 34, thanks to Libralian and
One in the box for New York.
Official review being called by Virginia. Might just be for the timeout. No, he's in there. Who was that? Psycho Juia?
No, that's Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's the regular coach for Charlottesville Derby Dames.
Got it.
Really experienced charter level coach. Definitely knows what he's doing with the OR.
Got it. Wolverine's up there as well. He's, of course, a shock exchange skater from New York.
We'll begin with Louisiana versus Kentucky and then Kansas versus Saskatchewan.
I have a question.
Well, stay tuned for Pennsylvania versus Maryland coming up next.
It's a storied matchup
Yeah,
in
for sure.
Battle of the All-Stars.
Pretty good. How about Team New York?
Giving shout outs here to the audience. Not a lot of support of that audience for New York. Well, you know, it's tough to root for the Empire. It's tough to root for the Yankees sometimes.
1 and 2 here in our A division.
So if you're looking at a schedule that still has, blanked out consolation information for the final 2 games of tonight, I can tell you who that's going to be. At 7:15, we have Louisiana playing Kentucky in the first of the 40-minute consolation games, and then in the next 8:35 p.m. game, we've got Kansas taking on Saskatchewan. So
All right.
That's where we start into our consolation bracket, and the games get longer. Go
Right.
to 40 minutes starting at 7:15 tonight.
Yeah, the next bunch of games will be 40 once we get through these round robin games. Clock stalled out at 43 seconds as the official review goes on.
PR, why don't you tell them where you're from, what league you're calling with?
I am here on behalf of Team Louisiana. I came all the way from the base from Louisiana.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting announcers
Our
from
biggest battle of the All-Stars ever, with 16 teams participating this year. Want to thank our head tournament announcer, Kent the Politician, for making this all possible from an announcing point of view. And thank you guys for tuning into the stream and watching us here in the first, really the 2018 opening tournament.
Yeah, it kind of opens up the year for us, gets everyone back out onto the track after all the holidays, and brings everyone together.
Absolutely.
That's totally what this is.
I mean, Jeopardy's a little too cliche.
Gets them together to knock each other down and
All of our vendors,
Sweat all over each other.
Derby Vixens MVP gear, Derby City Skates,
Probably give each other the flu.
well, maybe a little bit of that. Weather has been crazy this weekend here in Pennsylvania.
Boutique, and
Uh-oh, we may have lost Miller. No, okay, I thought she was skating away like in foul-out
Yeah.
mode, but I don't think
Yeah,
so.
only 4 penalties in this shortened format before you fall out.
we did not.
You only have to wait about an hour.
I get yelled at.
Still no decision here. Actually, there might have been some adjustment of. Boy, I don't know what's going on. We'll update you if we hear anything.
get some really great beer from Crooked Eye Brewery.
All right, looks like Wolverine and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang getting the lowdown.
Asked for by Virginia was actually granted.
All right, so it sounds like Virginia was asking for an out-of-play block.
Out-of-play block will be assessed to a New York blocker.
All right, an auto-play block was assessed to New York, so New York's going to start with 2 in the box. That certainly puts Virginia in a good position as they go into this final jam, likely final jam of the first half of the second half.
A well-called official review by Mr. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, that was no timeout. All right, so Kate Sarah going to be taking this jam for New York on the jam line.
And that's Stonewall up number 5 for Team Virginia.
Going up against talented Stonewall.
So a tough defense for New York here with only 2 in. Veloce Villain.
Stonewall up just 1 to beat up in the front. She sneaks around the inside line. Lead jammer status going to Team Virginia. Kate Sarah picking up a cut.
Oh, a power jam. Yeah, she looks unconvinced. Yeah.
She wasn't sure about that, but got the message eventually. So Stonewall up on a power jam now.
First power jam of the second half.
Stonewall up had a really big scoring jam earlier in the game.
She did, 15 points earlier this half.
So certainly a capable jammer in this power jam scenario.
Maven looking to chase her down, but realized she's not going to catch her in time. Yeah, this could be huge for Virginia.
New York's really got the defense set up there in the front of the pack.
Kate is standing, ready to charge into action.
Kate Sarah released from the penalty box now. Virginia with the tripod set up in the back.
Kate has not yet completed her initial pass, so still time for Virginia.
Nice defensive work in the back by Ziploc, Machete, and Miller.
Period clock is dead.
So as long as Stonewall doesn't call off the jam, should be able to get the full benefit of this 2-minute.
Well, New York has closed ranks up there in front. Stonewall not finding her way through. Nice offensive attack by Ray Gunn. Trying to bust things up for her there. Now Kate's in the same situation behind a braced 3.
Really, really stout defense in the final jam here.
Kate tries to fight it on the outside, but no love.
Ridden out by Miller and dragged back now.
Meanwhile, back at the pack here, New York ferociously holding Stonewall up in place. I see Ray Gunn trying to open things up,
wow.
But time runs out.
What a fight in that last jam.
And a 14-point jam for her.
Wow. Huge
jam. 29 points put up by Stonewall just in the second half. Final score is going to be 84-104 unofficially. Stay tuned. We're going to have some MVPs for you in just a couple of minutes. Scar Trek, thanks so much.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
All right. All right, I'm Mo Chismo. I'm here with the Libralian, playing with the New York All-Stars. That was a hell of a contest, the best game we've seen all weekend. Any random thoughts as you come out of it?
I mean, they definitely put up a good fight. That was a really good, challenging game, whatever. Sure. There were definitely a lot of moments where we just had to take a breath because they came out hard and they came out fast, but they were great opponents and a lot of fun to play.
You had the biggest jam of the game for New York, actually for both teams. You played a lot in the second half. Was there any adaptation for the second half by the bench coaches, do you think?
I don't feel like there was. We did decide to pull one from our rotation just for, to preserve our bodies through the weekend. But I think it was just kind of buckling down because yesterday we only had 9 of our players, or 10. So we had the rest of our team come in. So I think we just that first half was us just meshing with each other and kind of forming the old and the new back up with each other. So I think we adapted just kind of naturally through the course of the first period.
When I talked to the skaters yesterday, you mentioned that you guys were just beginning to mesh. Team New York has not played together since last year. I know you didn't get an opportunity to have any practices together. How do you think that's affecting your play?
I mean, it would certainly be nice to have been able to practice with each other. But I think at a certain point, this isn't to say that there isn't value in practicing, but you can just adapt to different players' styles because you've either practiced with different players of different styles or played against them. So you can just kind of adapt easily. But I mean, it certainly would have been nice to practice, but I think we come in knowing that we're going to have to adjust and adapt. So with that mindset already in place, we just roll with it.
Kind of playing the fundamentals. Yeah. Your number, 622. Yeah. Is that a Dewey Decimal joke?
Oh, I wish it was. When I originally started, I did have a Dewey Decimal number for a librarian, but I bailed out on it. So this is just a sentimental number back from my sports days. So.
Did you see Star Wars?
I've never seen Star Wars, so I probably lose all of my nerd credit that I get, but.
I just wanted to ask, porgs or no porgs, but if you're not in on it, you haven't seen it, that's all right. MVP, she's for the porgs.
How about Borgs? Star Trek? How about we go Star Trek? I'm down with the Borg.
The Borg, that definitely works. All right, very good. You heard it here first. Borgs over porgs by the Libralian. MVP for the game, congratulations. Hard fought out there. We're going to see New York come back tomorrow. Great time watching. You will have a certificate for you. This is Mo Chismo signing off. Oh, here it is right here. All right, Mo Chismo signing off. Thanks so much.
Hey, it's Scar Trek here with the New England Roller Derby Report. I've got Stone Wallop, our MVP from the last game for Team Virginia. Stone, awesome game. You had 2 really big jams. I think the first one in the first half was 15 points, and then the one to close out the game was 14 points. Huge jams against a tough defense. So what goes through your mind in a situation like that?
I was aiming for 35, to tie the game. I was actually joking with Kate Sarasara at the end. I was like, all right, just chill a little bit. Let me go ahead and just take that. And we were having this official review that went on for almost 4 minutes. And I do not know what my coach said to them. But I'm looking at the track, and I'm like, 1 blocker gone? Oh, 2 blockers gone? Awesome. All right, so we're starting this with 2 blockers down from them, and this is the very end of the game. He says, leave nothing on the track, go 100%. I don't know if you guys knew this, but 3 of my blockers had 3 penalties, which 4 is foul out in this game. And so I knew if they were gone forever, which included my pivot. So it was just fight, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to keep that level of intensity for the full 2 minutes. So that means my next goal is to be able to keep that level of intensity for a full 2 minutes at the end of a game.
Well, it was an awesome performance. You have been on Team Virginia since the very beginning, since 2013. So how have you seen the development of the team, the development of this tournament every year? What are your thoughts on being a part of Team Virginia?
Yeah, I was on Team Virginia since we started, and it's a really good team. And what I really like about the states tournaments in general, for Virginia and a lot of other states, is it allows a lot of people who are really good in their own personal leagues to play at the level that they are actually, I won't say happiest with, but it's a level that they don't necessarily get in their home leagues. And that allows the dispersal of Derby knowledge, which sometimes right now is sort of being concentrated in the bigger cities, the cities with a little bit more money, a little bit more resources. It allows those places with more resources to say, here's the strategies we're doing from like the inside. Here are our coaches. Here are our drills. Here are our strategies. Here's what we're doing. Now we're going to go play them at the real level against people that maybe you might not have a chance to play. I mean, I may not have another chance to play Team Colorado, which is who we're playing next. The players from Denver, I may not have another chance to do that. And the people who are playing with me may not have a chance to do that either, you know. And so having this opportunity to play at that level and disperse that knowledge across the Derby world is invaluable. And the fact that we have this, it needs to keep going. It needs to keep going, and the fact that it's still fun. Like, right? Like, we could have been like, okay, only put our very, very best players in all the time, right? And, like, don't allow anyone else to get experience. But, like, we've rotated the 20-person charter. In fact, we're the people who asked, like, hey, you know, you said 20, but, like, how about if we had 2 alternates? 2, up all the way up until the game itself. And they allowed us to do that. And that allows us to say, try this. Try and see what happens. Get this experience, and then take it back to your people and make Derby better across the world.
So cool. I love the resounding endorsement of Battle of the All-Stars. Last question for you, Stoney. You're also an announcer, team announcer representing. So tell me how about announcing kind of enhances your game as a player, and then the other way around, how your game as a player affects your announcing.
How much time do you have? Yeah, as you can tell, I'm very verbose. Learning to announce and learning to take those stats, learning to see that game in a totally different way. Talking to players who do different things. I have a couple of friends, very close friends, who are NSOs and referees. Each time I talk to somebody and each time I get to play a new role, I see the game in a different way. You know, talking to my friend who's a ref, I get to see what the refs see. She's saying, okay, you know, there's a rotation that the refs do. Did you know that on the outside line, right? They do a rotation so that they're not exhausted because they go 4 games at a time. Being an announcer allows me to see what is the plot? What is the larger story being told in this game? And actually, the problem is I get there on the bench, I'm just like, wow, what an interesting story. And I'm like, focus. But, like, what are the opposing blockers doing? Like, that's kind of important right now. So it's really helped with that. And I think as an announcer, it allows me to see, why are they doing that? What did that blocker mean to do what they did, or was that a mistake? Did that jammer mean to do what they did? Why are they not calling off the jam? Was that intentional, or did they not hear their bench coach? Or did the bench coach not know what was going on, right? Are there people in the box? Are there extra people on the track? Like, it allows me, again, to make that story have a lot more depth so that the people watching can go more than just, I think they got points, but I'm not sure why, and say more like, they got points because of this. That means that they can do this. That means in the broader story, they're going to start changing the strategy maybe to do this. And again, with that, like, hopefully people watching will then say, that's a thing. Maybe we should start adding that into our games.
Cool. Stoney, thank you so much. Congratulations on an awesome performance. Such a good showing against Team New York for Team Virginia. Up next, we have Pennsylvania versus Maryland. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Battle of the All-Stars 2018. I'm Gretchen Little. I'm here with Tom Foolery. Tom, what do we got?
We got a matchup that we see every year here at Pennsylvania. We're here at Hatfield, Pennsylvania. We got Team PA taking on Team Maryland. Team PA every year able to pull out a win. Maryland's look to shake things up. They're coming off that narrow win by West Virginia earlier.
Yeah, and we're underway immediately into it. Jamming for Pennsylvania if patterns have kept themselves as they should be. That's Lurs Lemon. It is up at the front of the pack. Lurs Lemon, first lead jammer.
Yeah, and Carbomb Kelly got hung up in the back, now getting dragged back way back into turn 4. We'll run down the rosters when to get a chance. They got things started a little quick on us right now, but coming around for a scoring pass is...
Oh, Lurs Lemon vaulting over the inside straightaway. That's a 5-point scoring pass to start the festivities.
I like the way she's able to high step right up over the legs. She knew exactly where she needed to be, got the feet down in play. Marv with a hit there.
Oh, another 5-point pass for Lurs Lemon, who just hops her way up that inside straightaway. Well done. The Pennsylvania defense with Teflon Donna in control takes Slambolina way back. Slambolina has received a star pass from Carbon Kelly. Lurs Lemon now running into the teeth of the Maryland defense, and this third scoring pass is proving to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, right now Eddie Kruger working that outside line. Oh, and just as you say so, a beautiful reverse spin by Lurs Lemon, now gliding down the backstretch.
Well, Lurs Lemon now with 15 points. Maryland still yet to complete the initial pass on this first jam. Here comes Lurs into the pack once again, fighting up at the front against Carbomb Kelly now as a blocker, and Lurs is able to maintain control. 5 more for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Pennsylvania making a statement.
What I've seen interesting is they have not helped Lurs much in offense. And, of course, as I say, that Diva's up there. But so far, to trust in Lurs to get the job done, and she is collecting the points.
Boy, Lurs Lemon on a tear. And, again, the Gorth now for Pennsylvania on the rollback of Slambolina. Lurs Lemon looking for more. That's going to do it. The jam times out. A 29-point jam for Lurs Lemon to start the game.
Hello, the game has started. You're down 29-0. Lurs Lemon getting things rolling.
Maryland going to be digging themselves out. Pennsylvania sending Olive Havoc to the jam line now. Olive Havoc from the Black Rose Rollers of Hanover, Pennsylvania. We'll get that Maryland jammer for you in just a second.
Yeah, duck down back behind the line. Can't see. I believe that's Lithium Lady. Yes, that is.
Lithium Lady with a couple of big performances earlier in the weekend. She's earned one MVP award already, I believe.
Yeah, from 301 Derby Games, one of the smaller leagues in Maryland, but she's shown her game is big.
Here comes Olive Havoc, another lead jammer for Pennsylvania. She looks like she's shaking her nose. Might have taken on a little elbow there, a little inconsequential elbow. But now Gigi Hardy receives the star pass for Maryland in the pivot position. She's out on the initial pass. Olive Havoc is awarded 4 points and is in lead jam position.
Yeah, Olive Havoc's been having herself a monster week and setting everything up. Gigi Hardy's been the Swiss Army knife for Team Maryland, taking the star, now spinning through the inside, but Olive Havoc already has 5 more points in the pocket.
That's right, 4 points awarded, first points for Maryland. Olive Havoc hitting the pack hard, calling off the jam, got 4 more. Talked with Olive after the last game for Pennsylvania. She said what she's been working on is hitting the pack at full speed, and it shows right there.
Yeah, going around the outside, you saw her tiptoeing as she stepped out of the pack, got it. The biggest thing I think from the games previously is seeing how the penalties are being called. We saw yesterday was a little more linear. Today they're starting to be a little stricter, and Maryland got caught by the penalty bug earlier, and PA's been pretty safe. We'll see how things play out.
PA staying clean so far. The penalty box is empty. This is Veronica Getzberger of the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Roller Radicals wearing the star for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, pushing up towards the front of the pack. She's going toe-to-toe with the mighty Isis and gets through another lead jam for Pennsylvania.
Right now getting some help. That's Gourley Girl from Southern Delaware, now getting dragged back by V Diva. Defense resets. Oh, Mighty Isis just drops a blocker trying to help, pretty much destroyed the pack.
And a multiplayer block there.
Pretty paralyzer sitting down.
Now, again, Veronica Getzberger essentially doing the work on her own, a direction of gameplay.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia called for that one. Veronica Getzberger now through for 5 points. Pennsylvania just focusing on defense. Here's a star pass to the mighty Isis. And Veronica Getzberger chasing her down from behind. Getzberger already with 9 points.
Yeah, coming around now, looking for a scoring pass. The mighty Isis goes around the outside, gets bumped. Looks like a waterfall between V Diva and Teflon Donna.
Well, that's a waterfall of historic proportions. And going long is Veronica Getzberger and the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Look at that acceleration through turn 2. Another 5-point pass.
Well, Mighty Ice is usually considered a blocker, but does do a good bit of jamming, shifty on the skates for her size and speed that she can get. Did pick up 4 points, but now she's got to do a good job trying to match.
And that's going to force a call off by Veronica Getzberger. She got 4 more, 65 Pennsylvania, 8 for Maryland.
Right now, PA's looking very consistent, very organized. They're not getting broken up. Diva, of course, being the point of the defense in the back, seeming to go backwards more often. She's going forward as she's dragging jammers with her.
Well, it's a component game that we just saw, really, as far as rankings go, in the group ahead of us with New York and Virginia. Who knows? Maybe Pennsylvania looked at that New York game and says, we want to make a statement to everybody here. We've got Nikki Cash now jamming for Pennsylvania, but she's called on a forearm. This is a power jam, Maryland.
Yeah, it looks like Tarantina is out there looking to sprinkle something on this, get the Old Bay running, but oh, wow, Thumper says no Old Bay on that one.
Thumper thumped down a shoulder deep into Tarantina, took her back, but she's fighting against the defense now. Russian Bayou in the pivot position now, holding down the outside.
Gorgeous right in the middle as well, and then you got Kesha Later now, full recycle by PA. Good job.
Very nice defensive work. Kesha Later on the takedown on the inside, and Thumper going to roll back. We have a direction of gameplay against a Maryland blocker. That's Marv.
Yep, it is. Marv, not a stranger to the penalty box, been very clean so far, playing good defense. Beautiful spin by Nikki Cash, just getting away. Gigi trying to get some more. Oh, great play by Gigi Hardy.
That was an all-star defensive stop by Gigi Hardy taking, but out-of-play block was called on the play. Nikki Cash alertly bouncing up. She is in scoring position, not lead jammer, however.
Oh, I like the tenacity. Gigi Hardy not giving up, trying to save the play. Unfortunately, a little too far out.
Well, it was worth a try, in a situation like this where Pennsylvania with a momentous lead. Nikki Cash throwing herself at the pack and coming out on the other end with 5 points. Little offense that time by Thumper.
Yeah, not just throwing big hits, but sealing a hole there. Thumper doing a great job.
Nikki Cash swirling on the inside. She has to cede her position.
Yeah, Bourbon Bruiser able to get a piece of her, knock her to the inside. Now Marv working the outside, getting a knock out on Nikki Cash.
And the star pass going to number 309.
Gigi Hardy.
Gigi Hardy getting a little bit of action from all sides in this jam. The jam will time out. And 4 more points for Pennsylvania, 14-point jam for Nikki Cash.
Yeah, that's one thing to say, action from all sides. You had to better have your head on a swivel. You have Thumper out there cleaning people out, then playing offense. And meanwhile, Marv trying to get a piece of people. I think the physicality's been cranked up. Somebody went to the dial and turned it up to 11.
Lurs 11 knows how to go to 11. She is jamming for Pennsylvania.
We got the captain, Carbomb Kelly, up there as well for Team Maryland.
Maryland still looking for a lead jam. Oh, Lurs Lemon can't quite stay in bounds. Nice defense by Marvin. Here we have lead jammer Carbomb Kelly for the Maryland All-Stars.
Correct. Just as you're saying, Marv got a piece, drug back, gave the opportunity, and now Carbomb Kelly coming around and scoring pass. Oh, and Lurs just throwing it shoulders.
Slambolina in the pivot position, taken down by Lurs Lemon, but this is Carbomb Kelly on a scoring pass for Maryland. You wonder if they're going to go long or whether they're going to call this, Tom.
I don't know. I mean, Lurs has been scoring by the boatload. I wouldn't take my chances. Get your points and call it off.
Lurs rolled back now by Marv. Marv seems to have Lurs' number on this particular jam.
All right, looks like we have a jam call there. Carbomb Kelly calling it off after picking up 3 points. They were able to hold Lurs scoreless. I think it's the first scoreless jam so far.
Maryland defense holding Lurs Lemon. That shows their capability. Up to the jam line now for Pennsylvania is Evil Beauty out of the Brandywine Roller Girls.
And it looks like you're going back to Lithium Lady.
Nobody in the penalty box. Pretty clean game so far. Geez, we've got 10 minutes gone by already.
Wow, where did it go? 79-11. And that's Evil Beauty, like you said, now driving towards the front.
Lucretia McKeevill bracing the Maryland defense. Lucretia McKeevill, of course, out of Mason-Dixon Roller Vixens.
It looked like she was bracing. Unfortunately, Lithium Lady jumped up and under and got a chest full as she was getting blocked by her own blocker, now getting around the outside.
Evil Beauty, lead jammer, Pennsylvania. Russian Bayou holding down the outside straightaway. Scoring pass now for Evil Beauty.
Russian Bayou is just a pro. That's all I can say. So solid on the skates, takes the hit, stays in the play, never seems to be out of a play at any time. I always respect Russian Bayou's game.
Lithium Lady called through the pack, called off by Evil Beauty. 3 points put up by Pennsylvania, 4:22 left. Pennsylvania 82 and Maryland 11.
Sounds like Pennsylvania has the eye on the prize. They got something to get back. New York stole it from them last year. They look focused. Now actually getting Betty Switch to go to line from the Philadelphia Hooligans.
Yeah, Betty Switch, and we'll have the Maryland Jammer for you in just a second.
That looks like Gorley Girl.
Gorley Girl for Maryland. The penalty box still empty. Look at Betty Switch fighting through that Maryland defense, and Slaya cannot hold her back. Betty Switch, lead jammer, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania with so many options. A multiplayer block now going against the mighty ISIS. It's going to thin the Maryland defense a little bit. Nice defense by Slaya, bumping out Betty Switch, and the rollback is going to go back to turn 3.
Yeah, Gorley Girl still on her initial pass, but perseverance and tenacity. I think tenacity is a word for Switch. The legs just keep pumping, fights her way through. You don't see a ton of moves. It's just straight moving forward.
Moving forward with speed and power. There we go. It's a that hole was only open for a couple of seconds, but she saw it. She accelerated just enough to hit it.
That was Calamity Maine opening the hole. Great job. She wasn't here early yesterday, but coming and now making her presence felt.
Another 5-point scoring pass for Betty Switch. And again, you're right, Tom. But for the occasional offense being thrown by Pennsylvania, their pack is focusing on defense, and they are focusing so intently, just making some holes for the offense almost inadvertently.
Well, that's just a lot of faith in them jammers, and jammers are paying them back. Everybody's got multiple points in their pocket already, multiple scoring passes. V Diva going to the penalty box. I haven't seen her get a penalty yet this weekend. That's impressive.
Missed the call on that, but she's in the pivot position. Another 5-point pass for Betty Switch. Oh, and a illegal star pass to the mighty ISIS. Gorley Girl's going to have to sit down. ISIS dropped the star in the field of play.
Yeah, right here in front of us.
Meanwhile, Betty Switch just keeps on scoring points.
Oh, it scares me when it gets caught up in the wheel. You can see it's caught up in the wheel of Pink Medusa. She just picks her skate up. Good. I'm always worried somebody's going to trip over when you see that. It gets tangled up in the wheels.
Oh, sure, and we don't need that. 35-point jam by Betty Switch. And the Pennsylvania All-Stars hitting on all cylinders. We got Veronica Getzberger on the jam line for Pennsylvania.
It says a lot when your 4th, 5th jammer can blow up a 35-point jam. PA is deep, and deep as it can get.
That's right, and this is going to be a power jam start. We have an official time out now being called as we want to get everything squared away.
So they look like they're getting a star over to Gorley Girl, who's sitting in the penalty box. You just saw Coach Howell walk out in front of us. Make sure she gets in her hand. You don't want to lose the opportunity to get your jammer as they come out of the box without the star.
Absolutely. And Veronica Getzberger back at the start line by herself.
Veronica Getzberger, a longtime veteran of the sport. Glad to see her playing with the PA All-Stars. She comes to one of the smaller leagues in Pennsylvania.
That's right, the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Roller Radicals, which of course is V Diva's home league now. All-Stars for Pennsylvania holding back. Lead jammer for Pennsylvania is Getzberger. Pennsylvania at full strength. Here comes Gorley Girl. Marv's going to take her place in the penalty box. 5 points by Veronica Getzberger.
And that was a good point that you said. V Diva was interesting. She chose to step away from Gotham, now going to play with a smaller league, getting more value out of it. Seems very happy when you talk to her about it, which I'm glad to see that Diva's finding some fun, not having to travel 2.5 hours to go to practice.
Yeah, and it has to be a just a constant taxing lifestyle to play. Even when she was playing with Philly, she still would have to go down the turnpike in order to get to a practice. And here comes Veronica Getzberger again on her own for the most part. This time she's taken down on the inside of turn 4.
Gorley Girl there knocked out to the outside once again, still struggling to back of that organized PA defense.
This one is a 20-point jam so far for Getzberger. Still 40 minutes. Oh, we have a star pass to Gigi Hardy now. 4 points this time for Veronica Getzberger. And Pennsylvania going long again. The period clock has expired. Big takeout there by Kesha Later.
Yeah, it was. So looking to run the rest of this out. They're confident in their jammer. Now Berger locked up in the front. Dealing with, there you go, Marv getting called. I believe that's out of play.
Yeah, that was the call. Thumper called on a direction of gameplay, so both teams with one blocker in the penalty box, both jammers on scoring passes. Veronica Getzberger slaloming through for an additional 5 points, a 29-point jam to end the period. Pennsylvania 146, Maryland 11.
I hope you didn't blink. That first half went through. We had a stoppage. We had one thing, but it just seemed like it was constant action. PA putting on a clinic. Jammers just making the rounds, and the defense looking strong. I'm telling you right now, Teflon Donna and V Diva together are just a force. I mean, they played a long time in Philly together, but something about the dynamic I've seen all weekend. I don't know what they did, but they cranked it up them too. Earlier we saw in previous games, one would play defense, one would play offense, and then they'd switch back and forth. If I'm a jammer, I don't want to deal with either of them, but when one switches, you have a lot of confidence that one's like, okay, I'm done. You can have your turn with this jammer.
Or think about the demoralization factor of, okay, I finally got around Teflon Donna. Boom, here's V Diva that I have to contend with. So, Pennsylvania, as we said, hitting on all cylinders. I believe they're starting off with Lurs Lemon again from Brandywine.
Once again, it's the captain, Carbomb Kelly, standing up tall on the left side with a smile on her face.
Both teams with one blocker in the box. Ought to be some room to move. On the start line, here's Lurs Lemon, lead jammer for Pennsylvania.
Teflon Donna just got a huge piece of Carbomb Kelly center to the floor. And guess who's working in the back? V Diva dragging her all the way back to the first turn.
Oh, and Lurs Lemon just pounds her way through Slambolina and Eddie Kruger, picks up 5 points. Pennsylvania picking up where they left off in the first period. Lemon on a second scoring pass.
Yeah, Lemon's game just translates no matter where you go. She's got the physicality, then sometimes she has the speed, then she can pick the toes up. Very complete game by Lurs Lemon. I'm always impressed seeing her play. Carbomb Kelly did get out. You can see she's coming around in front of you. Lurs trying to chase her down.
Now, I think Pennsylvania is chosen to play long in this game. Lurs Lemon taking a risk and just flattening the Maryland pivot.
Unfortunately, Slambolina just wasn't quite ready. Got upended. Glad to see her get back up. Oh, Lurs just jumped right into her and made contact. That's not good.
Well, Slambolina, and she's going to be called for a
illegal procedure for making contact.
Yeah, leaping into contact. And, you got to give Slambolina big credit for standing in Lurs Lemon's way twice in a row.
And guess what? Now she's got the star in her hand, so she had to take the hit. Now she's got to turn around and start playing some offense herself.
Thumper getting into her on the inside of turn one along with Teflon Donna. This is still an initial pass for Slambolina.
Yeah, the offense trying to come. Carbomb Kelly previously jamming, trying to play offense.
Built to spill now, bumping out Slambolina, and who's there to roll her all the way back? The pivot, V Diva.
Yeah, Maryland's looking a little discombobulated right there. They kind of didn't stop them going back, weren't playing offense in the forward. Just saw Marv just grab one of the blockers, trying to get things organized, and here you go. Guess who's released from the box?
Power jam is over. Lurs Lemon with 5 more. 3 points picked up by Slambolina, and those points were well earned.
All right, here we got a replay of the play where Lurs got up. Oh, went right in, caught the knee up into the side of Slambolina. She took it like a champ and got right back up, which I'm glad to see. I'm glad she was all right because that looked like a vicious contact.
Oh, very much so. Proper call. I mean, it's just one of those things. It wasn't a intentionally vicious play on the part of Lurs Lemon. Back to the live action. We've got Olive Havoc jamming for the Pennsylvania All-Stars.
Lithium Lady in the back trying to find out that tripod by PA. So organized, so quickly.
The mighty Isis rolled back Olive Havoc, but Olive Havoc got a head of steam on the rebound and picked up lead jammer. The mighty Isis with the star now for Maryland. Nice defense by Lucretia McKeeble, nudging out Olive Havoc between turns 1 and 2. Here comes Isis on a scoring pass.
Isis comes into the wall hard, runs right into Thumper. She absorbs all of that, and then Bayou just kind of seals right up next to her.
Yeah, now Maryland looking more organized on the defensive end. Duke of Windsor along with Lucretia McKeeble making life a little difficult for Olive Havoc. Now Olive Havoc able to dodge low, and this is a 4-point scoring pass for Pennsylvania. First 4 of the jam. We've got 52 seconds left on the jam clock. Olive Havoc dodges inside, looking for a little more. The mighty Isis on a scoring pass, but she's not going to get around Russian Bayou.
Yeah, Lucretia McGee was holding the outside, but then gets called for the forearm. Right now, 2 blockers in the box for Maryland. They lost Lithium Lady earlier. So Lucretia McGee, you see just driving on the back of the pack. I'm sorry, the mighty Isis.
Yeah, 4 more for Olive Havoc. This time Olive Havoc taken down hard by number 12. Looking for the...
That's off the wall.
Off the wall. Nice defense by off the wall, but Olive Havoc able to bounce back up. 5 this time, 13 on the jam. 8 seconds left on the jam clock, and that's enough time for Olive Havoc to get 5 more. The jam will expire now, an 18-point jam. Pennsylvania 183, Maryland 17.
In my unprofessional opinion, Olive Havoc has been the most consistent jammer all weekend. You've seen great things come from Lurs. We had stuff come from Betty Switch. All weekend, Olive Havoc, all 3 games so far, very consistent. You could count on her stemming any tide if anybody got any momentum against them.
Well, and it's such a dynamic rotation that they have. You've got the large athletic jammer in Lurs. You've got the darting smaller jammer in Olive Havoc, and then you throw in Betty Switch like right now. And what does a defense do? All these jammers have different styles to contend with. Nice
work by Fatal Faux Pas on the inside, yes.
Absolutely, getting through on the initial pass. Betty Switch on a scoring pass, picking up 4.
Looks like looking down the bench, you see Beast is saying, just keep it running. They're having confidence, loving their jammers right now.
That's right. Here comes Betty Switch again. This is a scoring pass for Fatal Faux Pas, but Betty Switch on her own, able to squeeze through. That's a 5-point pass. And this strategy of going long is paying off for Pennsylvania right now.
Yeah, right now Fatal Faux Pas just locked in jail, looking up. She's thinking of grabbing the star. There she goes. Hands it to Gigi Hardy, who's able to get away very quickly.
Nice
Diva was right on her.
Nice defense on the other end by Pink Medusa, rolling back Betty Switch, but Betty Switch able to recover, picks up 5, calls off the jam. We're going to see whether Maryland was able to pick up anything prior to the call off, and it does not appear they were. So Pennsylvania now threatening 200 points, 197, Maryland 20.
Yeah, right now, Maryland's just looking to figure out something that's got to work, try to get some confidence. Understand both of these teams are going into the playoff round, but now you got to figure out, get some momentum going, get some confidence after a game like this.
That's right, and looking here, I believe it's Evil Beauty jamming for Pennsylvania now.
No, that looks like Nikki Cash out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you are correct. Yes.
Knocking under the head. Look, great job by Nikki Cash.
Wow, just wriggling around the defensive wall of Maryland. Nikki Cash, lead jammer now. Bump out by,
that looks like Busham Bayou, but that was Tarantina who got pumped out backwards. Nikki Cash goes down and gets called for a penalty right here in front of us.
That's correct. And Russian Bayou, a little friendly fire, took down Nikki Cash. Nikki Cash, possibly a track cut there. She re-entered and did not seed. So it's a power jam now in favor of Maryland. And this is Tarantina with the star.
Jumps in very quickly, tries to stay in front of Russian Bayou, but then gets bogged down. That's Kesha Later getting a good piece of her.
Kesha Later working on Bourbon Bruiser now for position. Right, there's just not a lot of weakness in the Pennsylvania pack. Gorgeous now sent to the penalty box. Nikki Cash is released.
Yeah, she comes right into the pack, goes to the outside. Oh, able to tiptoe around Bourbon Bruiser. We wait, we see some signals. Nope, no pass, no penalty. We thought there would be a cut track for a second.
No, and it's a 3-point scoring pass, but Nikki Cash just as quickly back into the pack. Now we have a star pass to Gigi Hardy on the Maryland side, and nobody can stop this jam. 25 seconds left on the jam clock. 4 points this time for Nikki Cash. Gigi Hardy's going to get 4 of her own for Maryland.
Yeah, I was rushing by you, kind of getting caught up in the middle there. You saw her kneeling on the ground with a smile on her face as she got tangled up with Gigi Hardy. Gigi Hardy comes in, hits the back of the pack, not able to have much success.
Nope, Nikki Cash going to try for a couple more before the jam times out. That's going to do it. 2 more for Maryland, 2 more for Pennsylvania. 13 on the jam for Nikki Cash, 6 for Gigi Hardy. Pennsylvania 210, Maryland 28.
Hey, you see Coach Howell going out there. You see right in the middle, Coach Howell putting up the sign for the official review. He doesn't look like he's going to be a timeout. He's in there having a discussion.
Oh, yeah, he wants some justification. He wants justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now.
Now. Well, there are people out there hearing the justice right now. Let's give a shout out to our referees. They're volunteering, but right now it looks like they're having a nice solid discussion with both coaches. Looks like we've got our head referee, Gorham
Reaper.
Gorham Reaper. I'm sorry, we got our sheet was cut off here, so I'm trying to give the best credit I can. We also got Jason Singer, Steel City Kitty, Chris Brace, Rob You Blind, Dr. Math, and Rumblebee, along with Prima Donna. They're both our skating officials, and then we have our NSOs, Le Corbusier, and then Register Cursor, Big Daddy Smooch, Pat Sweeney, Ms. Hyde, Bottom Miss Prime, Lightning Broad, Murder, Scarleg O'Hara, and Temple of Doom. They are all our officials. We want to give a shout out to all them. Oh, and most of all, we got to give a shout out to Bucksmont. They're doing a great job all weekend taking care of us.
You know, if you're not here to appreciate what they do to put this tournament on, we'll tell you because we have a little time right now. They actually go so far as have people with disinfectant running through both teams' benches
and that whole area
between games to clean off all surface areas for the next team to prevent any
derby plague.
Exactly.
We all know these tournaments. There's always that one team that gets caught up, and they all go home and say, "What happened to us?" All right, now don't forget, stay tuned. Up after us, we're going to have Colorado taking on Ohio, which should be an exciting bout. Colorado came in. They changed their team up from years past. They got a solid squad. Meanwhile, Ohio's solid as well.
Both teams very strong. And excuse me, I steered you wrong. Our head referee is the Gorham Reaver. With the V, not with the P. So, we had a little difficulty with the roster, but that's the Gorham Reaver who is taking care of business right out there right now. V Diva as the captain, along with the coaches, are having a conversation. We've got 6 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this game. This, of course, what do we call this? Game 22?
Yeah, that's what I said. Next up is Colorado, Ohio. We still then have the Michigan, Massachusetts, and then we're going to jump into our 40-minute final placing games. We got Louisiana taking on Kentucky, Kansas, Saskatchewan. 4 new teams this year.
Yeah.
And you know what? They haven't had as much success as they may have hoped, but they're all having fun. You should see the faces on all the players when they come out. Saskatchewan was great. All smiles. Louisiana's having a blast. Laid back Louisiana having fun.
Louisiana has brought Mardi Gras beads to distribute after every game, and they're going to have an opportunity against Kentucky. I mean, that's anybody's game. Michigan, Massachusetts, I think, could be a real Donnybrook.
Yes.
That's one you do not want to miss. Colorado has come to play this year, no question about it. Ohio, we're going to see how they respond. They took the win, but not by much, and not as much as they may have wanted to. Now they're going to be pushed a little bit more by Colorado. Okay, and we're having the official review explained to us right now, thanks to our alternate referee, who is Prima Donna. Prima Donna now is explaining this to Tom. Sitting down with the star is...
All right, I guess you got the update from our alt ref. Prima Donna just came over. Both jammers going to sit down. As a result of everything, a forearm was caught on Nikki Cash, and then we had a leaping into a blocker by Gigi Hardy. At the end, we saw her get up and get stopped. High five between the two skaters. Both of them were just smiling, saying, where'd all this come from? We don't remember having any penalties.
Yeah, and now they're going to stand up, of course, as the jam is going to start. Both will be sprung from the penalty box, but they're going to have to start in there. And essentially what it means is
now it's a race to get back to the pack, and now the pack's going backwards.
That's right. Gigi Hardy enters the track first, but
Nikki Cash, interesting, went behind her own line, which I thought was surprising.
That's correct. Well, you know, she figured, well, if they called me for that before, I can't be too careful.
Dancing on the backstretch. I believe that's Eddie Kruger driving back.
That's right. Here comes Nikki Cash, bumped inside by Eddie Kruger, but Eddie went out of bounds.
It was Quesadiva.
Oh, my fault.
Got to give credit for a great play. Oh, lost the star somewhere. Where is the star?
It fell off of Nikki Cash's head. She is still lead jammer because it did come off through gameplay and not as an intentional act.
Great point there, Gretchen. You always worry about that. Marvy Lust reporting to the box for Team Maryland. Oh, taking the inside line. Nikki Cash able to squeeze by for 5.
Speaking of 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Oh, we have a star pass now to Quesadiva. Quesadiva, the jammer of record now for the Maryland All-Stars. Nikki Cash putting up 4 more. And
see a low block being called on Built to Spill for PA.
That's right, 3-on-3 in the pack now.
Teflon Donna getting a good piece of Quesadiva and driving her out strongly to the outside.
Nikki Cash, beautiful skate control on the outside of turn 1. That's another scoring pass for Pennsylvania. There's Teflon Donna getting low. And look at that assist there by Gorth. She saw Teflon Donna starting to go out of bounds on the momentum of her block, grabbed her jersey and pulled her back in.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite plays in derbies. The wherewithal of the second blocker to know what's going on. Gigi Hardy, meanwhile, getting a nice knockout on Nikki Cash and then trying to stick to her right now. Maryland's got her in the piece at the moment, but able to step around. Nikki Cash, great effort.
Yeah, really good. She just took she absorbed the impact of 3 separate blockers and was able to maintain her momentum. A 19-point jam, 3 put up by Maryland, though. Pennsylvania on 229, Maryland on 31. Penalty box is empty. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go. And is that the mighty Isis putting on the star behind the start line?
That it is, back behind there. Crouched down next to her. We'll have to see who that is. That might be Olive Havoc, but Isis is known to jam. Typically doesn't do it a lot. Can jam. Kind of got a slick jam skater style when she skates, but they're definitely effective, and she can skate pretty fast as well.
Well, it's Evil Beauty jamming for Pennsylvania. Cutting the track is the call on the mighty Isis. Lead jammer Evil Beauty from Brandywine for Pennsylvania. So, boy.
There you go. Just as you're
jam.
hoping, just get a little bit of excitement, and then the air gets right out of it right away. And Evil Beauty's got her own excitement, making a very quick pass.
Yeah, that's a 5-point pass. Another 5 points for Pennsylvania. And, again, so many options from the jam line for Pennsylvania. Evil Beauty, what you would really call a relief jammer for this Pennsylvania All-Star team. But she can rack them up, too.
She can, but also, Griffin, now you get more skates to other jammers. I mean, we're up by a lot of points right now. Go let her maybe save some of your other skaters, because you understand you got more games to play.
Absolutely.
Eye on the prize to win the championship by PA. We have Lithium Lady sitting down in the penalty box right now.
Isis out of the penalty box, completing the initial pass, getting around Russian Bayou. 4 more for Evil Beauty. We'll see whether Pennsylvania continues to go long with 2 minutes. It appears they will.
Yeah, Beast making a sign down there. I'm pretty sure they just want the clock running right now. You don't want anything bad to happen. Don't want to pick up any penalties like that.
A back block is the call on Evil Beauty. Powered jam for Maryland, the mighty Isis.
Oh, taking a big shot in the front there. That's by Sophia, I believe. Yeah,
Sophia called for direction of gameplay on that block.
Yeah, now we got Isis cruising around the backside, has 4 points now coming around for a second scoring pass.
Yep, Isis with 4. Evil Beauty sat down with 14. She may have taken a couple with her. That is a 5-point scoring pass for Isis.
Yeah, able to push her way through Russian Bayou. Russian Bayou held that outside edge, but the power of the Mighty Isis is able to push on through, changing things up.
Evil Beauty standing up in the penalty box. Sophia still sitting down for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. So this will be a power start now for Maryland with a pack advantage.
Yep.
Clock still rolling, 1 minute and 12 seconds to go.
All right, looks like they're going to send Fatal Faux Pas out there. She's crouched down behind. All blockers out there for Maryland. Only 3 left for PA, but of course, who do they have out there? V-Diva, Built to Spill.
And Teflon Donna.
Very solid, either current or former Philly roller derby.
That's right, out of the box now. Here comes Evil Beauty, and she is up towards the front of the pack. She's not getting an easy go of it right now, but now the out-of-play signal goes up, and Maryland has to let her go. Lead jammer, Evil Beauty for Pennsylvania. 30 seconds left.
Fatal Faux Pas just driving on that, not making much progress at all. Now the blockers broke up. You see Tef and Diva up there playing offense. Meanwhile, locked in the back, Sophia getting a piece of Fatal Faux Pas.
And Evil Beauty with 15 left on the period clock. Evil Beauty second scoring pass.
Star has been passed. Car Bomb Kelly, who just got knocked out by V-Diva. Now back in the teeth of the defense in the back of the pack.
That's right. Still an initial pass for Car Bomb Kelly. Up at the front, Evil Beauty running.
Yep, getting free, yeah. Actually,
5 more.
Game clock has officially ended. We're on the jam clock. PA, whenever they choose, can end it or can run out for the rest of the 40 seconds left.
That's right. Pennsylvania looking to make a statement. As we said, they have 2:53 already. Evil Beauty with an additional 5 points now as V-Diva punishing Maryland at the back of the pack.
Yeah, crowd's getting into it, and you hear a thumping. Looks like Maryland's trying to just get some energy going for their skaters in the last few seconds. Pounding on the boards.
Car Bomb Kelly fighting against V-Diva, who can get lower there. And 10 seconds left on the jam clock. This is going to do it now. Evil Beauty may not get another pass. That's it.
Yeah, she just sat down and said, let's not get any harm. Just put her hands on her knees and just coasted back in. Can't blame her for that. They already got 261 on the board.
All. 3 more points at the end. An 18-point jam to close things out. And Tom, Pennsylvania, boy, they just fired a shot across the bow of Battle of the All-Stars 2018.
Well, especially after that last game, we just saw Virginia get a little bit on New York. Show maybe a potential crack that PA could take advantage of.
That's right. Of course, Colorado up next. You're going to see another one of the prime contenders for the trophy here. As I said, they came to play. After that, Michigan and Massachusetts. And Michigan, no slouch. Michigan certainly capable of going far in this tournament as well.
Most definitely. Massachusetts, I've been impressed. They had some reinforcements show up today they didn't have yesterday. Very deep squad. I think that's going to be a pretty even match. We'll get to see the fun skating of Lammy as always, and then
Lammy,
Michigan's got a
Flying King.
Yes, Flying King.
Today for Massachusetts, and that certainly changes the dynamic of that team. We will be back with the presentation of the most valuable player awards in just a couple of minutes. The announcer crew is going to get together and determine who deserves those awards. There's about 5 players on either team that could win it, but we'll tell you who in just a couple minutes. Hi there, this is Gretchen Little. I'm with the Pennsylvania Most Valuable Player for that last game. Thumper from Brandywine. Here you go. Congratulations. Amazing pack work. How do you all communicate?
It's just a matter of playing with each other for a while. Bayou and me have been teammates for PA for probably 3 years now, and actually later, who is our pack leader, taken ahead as Brace. Me and her worked together last year, and it was amazing. Like them telling me to calm down, get low, hot dog it. I listen to them and hear them, and I just trust them, and then we just work together, which makes me look better.
Well, it certainly shows. Now, this is your third Battle of the All-Stars, is that correct?
Yep.
How long have you been in Derby?
This is actually going to be my 5th season going into, so I'm excited.
And have you been with Brandywine the whole time?
No, I started actually with Bucksmont, who's hosting the tournament. I was there for 2 years, and this is going to be my 3rd season with Brandywine.
Well, congratulations. Of course, Brandywine last year having some success at the D2 level. Expecting, I hope, to get back there?
Yes, 2 years ago we were at D2 Championships, got 2nd place. Last year was more of a rebuilding year. So this year we're hoping with all of our newer players coming in, we'll be able to get back to D2s this year.
Well, congratulations and good luck as the weekend goes on. Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to?
Hi guys, thank you guys for supporting us and keep watching.
All right, thank you very much. Thumper, Most Valuable Player from Pennsylvania.
All right, welcome back to Battle of the All-Stars 2018. I'm Tom Foolery with Team Maryland MVP Lucretia McKeevill. Here, take your award. So that was an exciting game. Unfortunately, you guys did not come out on the side you would have hoped, but you guys are all in the playoff round. You have a lot of new skaters, and you're a veteran of the team who's been here all 5 years. What is the new exciting parts about the team, and what are you looking forward to in the next round?
One of the newest and most exciting parts about the team is that we have a lot of new skaters, and every year Derby is evolving, so you're constantly trying to keep up with the evolving sport, and everyone brings in, even though we're so close together in our state, we all have different strategies, so we're all trying to integrate together to just be this big amoeba of destruction, is what I like to think of it as.
New tag, Amoeba of Destruction. That's a new pack formation, I think, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so now you guys are setting up. You're going to move on to the next round. What are you guys going to do now to regroup and get reset? That's not exactly the last taste you want to have in your mouth going into the playoff round. What are your thoughts as a team? What are you going to do to try to get back together and get refocused?
We're going to have a hot tub meeting at the hotel, per usual, which is we do every evening after the games. It seems to really help. We come up with different kinds of strategies, what we can do, but we're going to watch who our potential opponents can be this evening, see what they're putting out there. We're not going to try to change our game to theirs, but rather make them play our game.
So you're going to change up your pregame ritual and have something different. What are you going to do different to get ready for this next game?
Well, we started doing the crab walk earlier today out there during our warm-ups and everything. We were running around doing the crab walk. We started lifting all of our new teammates and throwing them up in the air, which seemed to really get people stoked. I think we played a lot better this game because of that.
I find crowd surfing does get things juiced up. All right, make sure you sprinkle some more Old Bay on it and get ready for next game. Good luck.
Hi, Mason-Dixon Roller Vixens, my home team. Hi, Mom and Dad.
All right, thank you very much from Battle of the All-Stars. I'm Tom Foolery with Lucretia McKeevill, the MVP for Team Maryland. Stay tuned.